your compliance with the FSVP requirement, especially with the section for dietary supplement that actually interconnects you in the regulatory with 21 CFR Part 111.
Here we go again.
Hello again, PCQI, and welcome back to our All About Compliance channel. In this segment, we're going to be answering a inquiry from one of our PCQI slash entrepreneur that is looking to bring in dietary supplement from overseas to import into the United States. And they are inquiring about the FDA compliance part of this. So let me kind of clear this out. So we're kind of doing this as we are putting them together. So bear with us. So basically, here is the inquiry. Our company is focusing on herbal dietary supplement, research and development, and manufacturing. We currently target to import our dietary supplement to the United States. We want to ask some questions regarding the product's compliance and importing regulation that we can prepare well based on our research. Importing dietary supplements or food to the U.S. would consist of 5 steps. So let's take a look at their comment here. So one is preparing the import. Okay, that was kind of their first phase. And then entry submission. Okay, is their next question. And then let me entry review is the other one, and examination and sampling is the next part that they're concerned about, and obviously then the compliance review. So they also noted here that they wanted to know what is the best HTS code for them to use to import to the US. So we will be providing that assistance for them in identifying their harmonized code. Okay, what documents we needed to prepare in order to import. Okay, so they have that question, such as HACCP or CGMP, FSVP, etc., etc. All right, so and I'll go back to this one. So the next part of that is what compliance should we need to meet to pass the compliance review. We look forward to hearing from your professional advice, and also provide us with a list of the full picture that we need to accomplish. Best regards, right? Things first, if you are manufacturing from overseas, in this particular example, I'm not disclosing the country where this particular inquiry came from. It's basically outside the United States, and they're looking to bring their dietary supplement product into the United States. So first things first, we need to take a look at on the compliance part of it is your compliance with the FSVP requirement, especially with the section for dietary supplement that actually interconnects you in the regulatory with 21 CFR Part 111. And if you're watching this, Mr. Inquirer, right? Thank you for that submission. We're going to be having videos, or already have prepared the videos for the dietary supplement. But as we're working with you, we're going to itemize all of these requirements for the 21 CFR 111 compliance, as well as your FSVP action items that we're going to prepare and work with you to implement. Okay, so no need to worry about that. We can have everything set up for you. We do everything, and then we kind of hand over to you, kind of like a project based. Or if should you want to do it yourself, interlinkiq.com, which is the software that we created where you can manage all of these things. by yourself or with your team. And if you're not comfortable, we can always work with you hand on hand. We can do it together, okay? Or you can do it and we can watch you, help you navigate and use the system for your compliance. So whatever your comfort level is, okay? We're there to basically assist. On your HTS code, once we get to know your process and all of your category, we'll be able to help you identify those harmonized codes, okay? Now, what entry type would be best fit for our products? So first things first, you have already identified it's a dietary supplement, for that process. For me to make an assessment as your PCQI and FSBPQI at this point, once we start working with you, it's basically your type of finished product customer target. So that's the first thing we need to take a look at. So if you're looking to, introduce your dietary supplement product to, let's just say like the Amazon or an online sale, what does that look like? Or if you're looking to work with Walgreens or CVS, pharmacies here in the United States to distribute your herbal products. So as we get to know your process, we'll be able to also best fit those category for your product as they enter the United States, because you're going to have some assessment on consignee, or are you just going to work with a master distributor? Are you coming here to open your own entity and be the importer of record and whatnot? So we still have some things that we need to assess, with you and for you, and refer you to those proper departments. Like if do you need an accountant here, or a legal department, an attorney to set things up, so we can help you get those introductions and whatnot, to help you kind of expedite your process. Now, on the documents, you mentioned here what you needed to prepare to be able to import. We're going to basically put your what we call PFL together, your programs, your policies, your procedures, the forms that you need to fill out for records, as well as your lessons for training materials or training materials. You mentioned HACCP, so I'm assuming you are operating under a HACCP system for your dietary supplement manufacturing. So we're going to need to take a look at those aspects of the HACCP principles are being met. You had mentioned CGMP. Obviously, you are a dietary supplement, so please review the 21 CFR Part 111 requirements for your current good manufacturing for dietary supplement. You also had mentioned FSVP, so you have some familiarity of these process. So we have the entire program, for you to work with, including all of the necessary FSVP QI action items. So we'll send those over to you separately. Okay. What compliance should we meet to pass the compliance review? So in this part of the compliance review, so we provide preliminary gap audit as well, where we spend about 5 days, Monday to Friday. We can do this remotely, and we would, basically dissect all your programs that you already have in place to make sure they're, in line with the requirements. Now, the nice thing about this is if something is missing, there's a gap, right? Hence the gap, analysis. We're actually going to give those to you. And more likely, we're going to give you the templates that we're working with, so you can then, customize them to your intended process, and then we'll then take a look at those. So this is typically a 6 to 8 hour day that you're going to have somebody in your team that's very familiar on your documents and in your process, along, meeting with our regulatory team. We normally have 2 to 4 on that remote audit, as well as if you need us on site, obviously get those scheduled through our customer success team, so we can have those scheduled and we can actually be on your facility. Now, on the on-site audit, let me kind of touch base on that. I know that's going to be a question for you. We typically, before we get to that part of it, One is we got to make sure all of your PFLs that we talked about, programs, policy, procedures, form for records, and your lessons for training materials are already completed. So then when we go on site, it's just basically rock and roll, game on, right? So there's nobody sitting there and we're asking questions and you're still writing your SOPs, you're writing your particular policies on certain items. Everything is pretty much completed. So we'll even talk to you about that at a later date. Now, some of our clients already have, due to cost, they have a compliance or an auditor that they work with locally. We love those type of relationship, and we actually super highly recommend those for the fact that you have somebody on site that you can just pick up the phone and within an hour or two or within a few hours can fly or get to your facility. Those are perfect. What's even better though is implementing the 3D rule that we always talked about. You have a primary, an alternate, and a substitute. So as we work with your team, we're going to identify those for you because they're the key personnel that we want to have them to be attached to us, so we can call them, they can call us, we can coach them properly along with your software, which is interlinkiq.com should you wish to use it. And so when you have these type of personnel kind of changeover, people walk away or they get let go and people, move up in life, you have a system that could just basically be taken over. And within 10 to 15 minutes, you're active again. Instead of somebody walked out the door and, you have an audit coming up, now you're stuck, right? So we have all of these contingencies for you. Now, on the compliance review part of it, we're also going to look at all regulatory submissions depending on the category and your intended process and claims, for that. So it's going to be a full regulatory review. So I'm going to give some of those and I'm going to put them in the link as well. So you're going to have your label compliance, which is 21 CFR Part 101. That covers the nutritional and supplemental facts requirement. So I'll put the link so you can take a look at what that looked like. Now we do the label review for that. So once you accomplish these labels, you're gonna send it to our team. Our regulatory team will basically itemize it, and the way we're gonna do that is we're just gonna chop up your label. Everything you put on there, it's going to be snipped. We're going to identify it if it's conforming or non-conforming with the requirements. If you have claims on there that needs to be removed or reconsidered for you to say a different way type of recommendation, we'll annotate that. And the most part of this is we sign off on it. So and that sign off, you hold on to that just in case that you do get flagged by FDA. Those are submitted to them, and we do get a contact with them that we perform these certain labels, and then we take care of those issues with the FDA should they arise. Okay, in the work that we had performed, especially in the label review part of it, and you'll get a full report of that. And then after that, all of your 21 CFR 111 requirements that you need to do, as well as complying with your FSVP responsibilities now that you're bringing your product to the United States. So hopefully that helps out. But for our PCQI out there, thank you again for participating on our dietary supplement importing FDA compliance discussion segment. And if you need any assistance and any other services, or if you have just general questions, such as this gentleman, I'm assuming it's a gentleman or lady, okay, please send it over info@consultaireinc.com, and we will do a video on it. So it's for our all common references and for our PCQI on the field. Hopefully this is of value to you, and please subscribe and share it and make it part of your training, your training program. All right. Thank you again, PCQI. Stay strong, and until next time, have a great day. Bye for now. Contact us, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks again, PCQIs. Have a good one.